these two companies, to start with, first will be taking a hard look at which way we have to go. It could be a merger also of HPCL with MRPL, so that the purpose for which we chose to acquire HPCL, that objective we are, or the results we are able to
The market
achieve.
has been expecting a merger of MRPL and HPCL, a share swap of sorts. How important or big a priority is that for you? Could it happen in this financial year?
See, to put a fixed timeline, and especially if you are talking about this financial year, that's a possibility, of course. But merger is a relatively complex exercise, unlike your acquisition. So merger will take place, if not maybe this financial year, but in the times to come. I mean, so I cannot put a timeline from
Your
this.
acquisition of HPCL had also been criticized by some for the fact that it would have a negative impact on your balance sheet. It could throw it off gear. The debt could go up. Did that happen?
No, 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 no. In fact, if you just look at our balance sheet, in fact, today if you debt equity ratio, if you look at it, it's just 0.2:1. And for any ENP company, or for that matter, integrated energy company, this is something one should not be much concerned about. Apart from this, we have good liquidity. We have some stocks of some other
IOC?
some companies. So at an opportune time, probably we should be able to.
Is that on the table where you could look to offload stake in IOC?
Yeah, at an opportune time, yes, yes. At an opportune time, yes.
So what could be an opportune time? Because the markets have, of course, been very volatile.
Volatile, yes. So we are just following it up.
So if you were to exit the stock holdings of IOC and GAIL, etc., what would you use with the funds? Would that be to clean up the balance sheet, or for expansion, to produce more?
Depending on the opportunity. Immediate priority will be to clean up the balance sheet, of course. And when we, and if we get some other opportunities for growth or acquisition outside, probably this one as well we may utilize it for our growth.
ONGC Videsh has been on the prowl.
Yeah.
So can we expect more acquisitions?
Yes, yes, and probably we got a very good opportunity to interact with many of the companies, oil exporting companies. There are some very good opportunities which are existing overseas. So this.
You know, Mr. Shankar, I'm talking to you from the venue of the IEF 16. It's come to India after a gap of 22 years. One of the keynote speakers has been Saudi Arabia's energy minister, who has said India is going to be a priority destination. They want to sell fuel in every city, in every neighborhood in India. They're looking at big opportunities for fuel as well as for chemicals, and that's what the direction has been given to Aramco and others like SABIC. Is ONGC in talks with Aramco for any kind of a possibility? We've seen the announcement of a refinery.
Yeah. That West Coast refinery we are talking about, we are going to set up 60 million ton, and HPCL is going to have a good 25% stake in that. So we are there into it. They are showing interest in some of our petrochem, like we have OPAL, ONGC Petro Additions Limited. So there also will be at an opportune time, we will be divesting some of our stake.
Okay.
So we are in dialogue with, in fact, they are showing interest, SABIC, and for that matter, Saudi Aramco also.
You're a new chairman and in charge of ONGC. Do you want to share with me your vision that you may have as far as ONGC goes? How will you hike production? We keep hearing about KG Basin, for example, getting delayed. It stayed stagnant in Bombay High. What is your vision? What are your plans?
No, I think just to counter you on this, KG, let me clarify and use this platform that KG deepwater development, it's on track. In fact, it's only on 8th of, couple of days back only. The Honorable Minister was there with me on a rig, and we have spotted the first development well. The work is in progress, and as of now, we will produce the first gas from deepwater block by N19 and the oil by 21.
Okay. So your first gas from KG Basin is going to be in end of 2019.
19, yeah.
And crude will
And it will peak up, and crude will be by 21.
Okay.
21.
And how will you be able to scale that up?
So in terms of volumes, you are talking about the peak production we are going to get. In terms of oil, what it will contribute to 17% of our today's production. For gas, it will be 24%. In absolute numbers, we are going to add 4 million million tons of oil annual production, and gas it will be something around 17 million standard cubic feet of gas.
Prime
So it's a
Minister,
very substantial.
because Prime Minister Modi today was quite unequivocal about it, saying and India has to drive the global energy machine. So ONGC, from what you're saying,
Yeah.
plans to be a part of it.
He had given a very challenging task of import reduction by 10% by 2022.
And are you on track?
And yeah, and it's a multi-pronged approach will be there. One of the main component is going to be from your domestic, increasing the domestic production. We have the roadmap ready with us. We are working towards that, and hopefully we should be able to
What
meet.
about the first trading hub that Dharmendra Pradhan spoke about in his speech, saying by
Yeah.
the end of this financial year, by the fourth quarter, we're going to see the first trading gas hub in
Yeah,
India?
as far we are concerned, we are very bet about it. Today, the gas price is being decided by a formula, as you might be aware. And today, our realization is about $3.06 per MMBTU. That's probably not good enough if you compare the price at which we are importing LNG. So there has to be some kind of parity. Once this gas trading hub is established, we should be able to, the market should be able to decide the correct price for a gas, and that then E&P companies will get better realization for their produce, especially gas. And there are quite a good number of opportunities which we are not in a position to take investment decision, because the cost of exploitation is more than what is the price we are getting today.
Because you said that it's about $3 per MMBTU. $3 a unit is what the margin seems to be at the moment, which is also very distorted when you look at what's happening internationally. So how will this trading hub exactly work?
No, trading hub, you'll have
Because
gas.
the formula is also valid only till 2019.
19, that's right. So, I mean, you will have gas from the different sources, like you'll have part of LNG gas coming into this, nomination block, high pressure head, I mean, different sources. And then the consumer, they are the ones who are going to decide the price. So, it will be a market driven price. And that should probably, then probably there will be, the LNG price or the gas which you are producing domestically, it's at the end of the day, it's one and the same.
Yeah.
So we should be able to have better realization for our domestic.
And rival with the likes of Henry Hub?
Pardon?
And rival with the likes of the Henry Hub in the United States? Could that is the vision?
That is the vision. Yeah.
That is of course the vision, right?
Yeah.
What about your joint venture with Kane? That turned out to be a very profitable and a very fruitful one. Kane has been trying to increase its production as well. Can you throw any light on that?
Yes, they have undertaken some enhanced oil recovery projects in terms of polymer flooding, and that has given some very positive results. So yes, our partnership with Kane has yielded positive or better results for us as well.
Before I let you go, I have to get your views on the open acreage policy. You know, one thought that after that maybe we would have the likes of ExxonMobil, Total, etc. coming into the market, but that hasn't happened as yet. Maybe because the prices had been suppressed. Do you think that's set to change?
No, so this process just started. In fact, even the first round is just underway, and the last date for submission of your bets is 2nd of May, which was just announced in the morning. So let's see.
Are you going to be an aggressive bidder?
Yes, as far as we are concerned, yes. We have already carved out quite a good number of acreages, which has been put on for bidding. So we are very upbeat about it.
We are at the start of the financial year where it seems the government can no longer rely on a low crude price regime. How do you expect this to pan out? it does look like crude prices are going to be heading up. What is ONGC penciling in?
See, crude prices, I think this is the price what we have today, and most of the experts, they have been talking about this, and it's going to be range bound, anything between 55 to kind of $70. It's not going to go way up $100 a barrel. I think everybody has realized this.
Because now you'll have another headache, which is of course the margins of the oil marketing
Companies, yeah.
You know, as you might have already read, they've not increased prices today. That could be in light of the Karnataka elections. That's not healthy fuel politics.
Anyway, I need to check with my counterpart.
A pleasure chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.